You see, I've got my tuxedo on, my suit and tie. I'm gonna leave it out on the floor tonight. Then you got fixed up too. Yes, Carl! Welcome back, guys! It's your girl Miata Shanay with another episode of Nosebleed Seats. So you already know the drill. I, Miata, take you through a concert experience of mine and rate the show's production on a scale of 5 ticket emojis. That's the perfect show. So today's show is a very special show. It might get me kicked out of the barbecue. I'm headed to Bankers Life Fieldhouse to see the country fried prince himself, the blonde bombshell of my dreams, every Caucasian queen's knight in shining armor, honey. Justin Randall Timberlake. I'm headed down to the Man of the Woods tour to check my boy JT out. And, you know, I'm unapologetic about that. But the thing is, my community might be a little bit mad at me. And it's because we've seen kind of the resurgence of justice for Janet and Janet Jackson Appreciation Day every Super Bowl Sunday because of their Super Bowl incident back in 2004. I do feel like Justin kind of left Janet out to dry to take the blame for Nipplegate. And you know, he did put out an apology, whether it was genuine or not. I just feel like it was in 2004, and that hasn't stopped Janet Jackson's show, and it never will stop her show. She's an icon. Justin, on the other hand, there was an article written about him when Man of the Woods first dropped saying we need to stop regarding Justin Timberlake as a superstar because he's not. I don't know how true that tea is. Let's just put it this way. I've got my Canadian tuxedo on and I've got my Caucasian ponytail in. So we're ready to go. So I've got this really funny story about my longtime love affair with Justin Timberlake. So I don't know if you remember back in the day, they used to have these sticker dispensers at Kmart that had all of these boy band NSYNC stickers in them. Honey, listen, my dad used to carry around hella change in his pocket. Farmer's mentality, I don't know. I literally made him keep dishing out quarters to me until I got a Justin. I never got a Justin. Let me tell you, this is a very on-brand episode of Nosebleed Seats, honey, because when I tell you I am in the nosiest of nosebleeds, like, I'm never moving out of my seat because I'm scared of heights. Okay, so I'm taking the whole Michelle Obama when they go low, we go high thing way to the extreme. Like, I know this thing is called Nosebleed Seats, but like, I'm scared. See, look at where I'm sitting.
If you're ready for Justin Timberlake tonight, make some noise.
Indianapolis, don't you act like you don't know this next part. Don't you act like it. It goes, it feels like something's heating up. Can I? And then the lady said, if you say that with your hand.
see I left a little bit early. Honey, you saw where I was sitting. There was no way that I was gonna get caught in a stampede up on the ceiling. Like, you know, it's always fun to entertain company from out of town, JT and the Tennessee kids. I'm just gonna keep it real. I was utterly underwhelmed by that show. All right, so let's start running down the show. Justin's opening act was a singer from Toronto named Francesco Yates, and you know what? He really did well. Like, I'm interested in hearing more of him.
Indianapolis, I'm loving through the night.
He's a white guy with a really soulful, very high tenor voice. Like, he had the vibes of like Robin Thicke and Jamiroquai if they had a baby, and he sang and played the guitar like Prince. I know that's a tall tale, but he really does sing like Prince. Like, it was good. Song where he even had an interpolation of Diamonds and Pearls by Prince, and it was just flawless. Like, the guitar solo, it was just the falsetto, it was bomb. It was really, really good. Okay, where do I even start with Justin? I think that I can speak for everyone when I say this. I think of Justin Timberlake as this really uber talented singer, songwriter. He has very great understanding of melody. He has very great understanding of beats. He plays instruments, he sings, he dances. If that's what we'll call that loosely dancing. And I just felt like the Man of the Woods tour was not indicative of the things that I have been exposed to about Justin Timberlake. Justin's catalog slaps. Like, he has a great discography, and the sequencing of his albums are perfect. Like, they take you on a ride. That did not happen on this concert tour. Don't get me wrong, there were great things about this tour. Let's not get it twisted. The production value as far as the lighting, oh my God, crazy. So he had this stage set up where it was shaped like a zigzag. So there was a main stage, and then there was a main stage on the back as well. And it kind of made this snake zigzag where he would run throughout the entire staging. No one is left out of the experience. Everyone can see Justin Timberlake from wherever they are. And I will always appreciate that, especially since I'm sitting on the top of Jesus' nostril. However, we're going to refer to Ronnie DeVoe on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tours and shows are all about placement of your songs. I felt that he was cutting up entrees and sprinkle them inside of sides. That's not how a meal goes. I can't eat that. For instance, I felt that instead of sprinkling Man of the Woods songs throughout the entire show, because we all know that album didn't do that well, I feel that he should have had a very Man of the Woods heavy section where maybe he would do 2 or 3 Man of the Woods songs together and 2 or 3 Man of the Woods songs together at another point in the show. Instead, they were sprinkled all throughout the show, which took me on these constant high, lows, high, lows, high, lows. It wasn't a ride. It was like a torture chamber. Honey, I felt like I paid the bulk of my money to hear the Tennessee kids. I wanted to hear Justin Timberlake do a lot of belting and a lot of the singing. Now, keep in mind, Justin had to postpone the Indianapolis show from December 10th to April 2nd because he's having vocal issues, where he literally had to be put on vocal rest by his doctor. I get that. Maybe that's why he didn't do much singing. But honey, I needed to be on payroll. That's how much that I did the singing for him tonight. I just felt like I didn't hear a lot of his voice. The energy was very strange. And I think it's because the audience was a lot older than I expected them to be. One thing that I did appreciate about Justin Timberlake's show is that even though I felt like the placement of songs was really strange, I do feel like there were some really good transition moments. There was also this really, really cool throwback moment where he performed Rock Your Body, which is like a signature Justin Timberlake song and like a really memorable video for back in the day. So he took the disco ball light up square floor from the Rock Your Body video and he was like dancing on it, and that really took me back. Like that was dope. There were trees on stage. There were pockets of like fields with grass. At one point there was even like a bonfire on the back part of one of the main stages, and those were amazing touches. Taking Man of the Woods to new heights, honey. So it's time for the rating, and you guys, this is just really heavy on my spirit because I'm not kidding you. Justin Timberlake has been one of my favorite artists for quite some time. And I can't help but to think a big part of me is going to give this a really biased, skewed rating because of how much I don't like the Man of the Woods album. So let's just get it over with. I'm going to give Justin Timberlake's Man of the Woods tour a rating of, drum roll, it's gonna get a rating of 2.5 ticket emojis. This tour didn't suck, but it also didn't slap. And with a catalog as bop heavy as Justin Timberlake's, that thing should have slapped. There's that. Bye bye bye. Okay, no, but really, because I'm mad tired.